Yeah, I take it, they don't know about it. Yeah, I take it, I don't need nobody.
Who are you?
I'm Kid Cudi. Had a dream like everybody else in the world that wants to like do something in their life.
Why you like Kid Cudi so much?
You saved my life. I would have killed myself if I didn't have Kid Cudi. There's me. If you're 25 and under, I truly believe that Kid Cudi saved your life.
Day and night, I toss and turn. I keep stressing my mind. I'm screaming out.
To the satellite tonight, take flight to the moon.
Introduce yourself to the world.
Yo, what's up? This Kid Cudi, Cleveland City representative all day. Fools Gold. Ask about me, see if you ain't heard.
And I saw you spin. I saw your DJ. You had Plain Pat up there.
Yeah,
so how did you two even get together?
Plain Pat is my manager, as well as my DJ. We met at Def Jam in 06, and we pretty much just been working together ever since. You know
so did you work at Def Jam, or you were there rhyming?
I took a meeting there. I took a label meeting there, and he eventually left Plain Pat. I mean, he left Def Jam shortly after, but he stayed in contact with me. So we just decided to work on some shit because he was a fan of my records, and then we got introduced to A-Track. And it was just like Fool's Gold was where it was at.
Scott Raymond Segura Mescudi, aka Kid Cudi, was born in Cleveland, Ohio on January 30th, 1984. Raised in Shaker Heights, one of Cleveland's suburbs, where his mom was a middle school choir teacher.
My mom was my music teacher in the 7th grade when I went to school, to her middle school for 1 year. I've tried to force myself to be in a band so I didn't have to be in her choir, just because I didn't want to sing and I didn't want my mom as my teacher, of course.
And his dad was a World War II Air Force veteran who later worked as a teacher. His dad is actually part Mexican and Native American, which made Cudi call himself growing up Juan Pablo, a black kid growing up in a Mexican family. At the age of 11 though, his father would pass away from cancer, which took a real toll on him. It gave him nightmares and depression, where he would want to sleep with his mom who didn't have a bed of her own, so they would both sleep on the couch. He always loved to draw too, and wanted to be a cartoonist growing up until the age of 15.
I was an artist, I used to draw all my stuff, I used to draw all my tattoos. It was about being a cartoonist up until I was like 15, and then I just wanted to be a rapper. And then it was all uphill from there.
Around the year 2004 comes around, and he decides, you know what, I'm gonna make this dream happen. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make it happen. He moved to the South Bronx to stay with his 80-year-old uncle who he never met before, and ended up working at a bunch of different retail clothing stores like American Apparel and Abercrombie & Fitch. He eventually ended up moving to Brooklyn and ended up working at the Bape store in the city. And Cudi just happened to be at the right place at the right time. That boy Kanye West walks in and ends up buying a jacket from there, but Cudi forgot to take off one of the sensors off the jacket. But it was during this time where Ye and Cudi ended up conversing and getting to know each other a bit. Soon after this, Ye became a mentor for Cudi, bringing his music to another level. Cudi once said, "My uncle that I lived with passed in 2006. We were actually beefing because he forced me out of the house when I didn't have another situation set up, so I was bitter. I never apologized for it, and that kills me. That's why I wrote Day and Night. If he wasn't there to let me stay with him those first few months, there would be no Kid Cudi. It fucked me up watching him go, but it was like, I have to fulfill this destiny now for sure." Things were moving, but they weren't solidified yet. I had Day and Night, we were just getting started, and I was like, this shit has got to pop off. I wasn't taking no for an answer.
I know your mixtape drops tomorrow.
Yeah.
So most definitely, man, a kid named Cudi. Let us know, man, about that joint, man. Describe it for us if the people don't know about the mood that you're bringing with that tape.
Basically, what I've been telling people is it's gonna be the most magnificent mixtape ever created.
No doubt.
And that's how I feel because it has so much on it, so many different vibes, so many different styles, but it's all Kid Cudi and it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause that's my whole MO. I'm not just rap. I'm everything. You know what I mean? And this mixtape is designed to show people like, look, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. This is what I'm capable of, but this is just a little taste.
Curse, but the demons I confronted with the spurs.
I guess if I was born, they would love me more. Guess if I was simple in the mind, everything would be fine. This is my story, this is my song. If you feel it, motherfucker, you can't go wrong. So don't be shy, don't be shy. I ain't going nowhere, going nowhere.
The mixtape A Kid Named Cudi was released on July 17, 2008, under the labels 10 Deep and Fool's Gold. This mixtape is actually incredible for someone's first body of work. Like, what? It also notably includes his first debut single and the smash hit that reached number 3 on the Billboard, Day and Night.
The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night, at night.
Did you guys know that the end of this song was actually made by accident?
The ending part was an accident. That's the wind effect that I threw in there. I thought it was so dope.
That man you just saw right there goes by the name of Dot the Genius, a producer who actually was Cudi's co-worker at Abercrombie & Fitch and ended up living with Cudi in Brooklyn for 2 years back in the day. He still produces for Cudi to this day. But back to Day and Night. The song, along with the mixtape A Kid Named Cudi, made Kanye be like, "Aight, bruh, you signing to me," which he ended up doing later that year, signing to Good Music. Man, I gotta talk about 808s and Heartbreak, bro. That released in late 2008. This is my personal favorite Kanye album. I honestly think it's a masterpiece. But I remember being a freshman in high school when this dropped, and this album was just so out of left field and so different than anything Ye put out before. And we gotta thank Cudi for that. T-Pain too, by the way. But Ye credits Cudi with helping him create the album's whole tone and brooding sound. Ye actually surprised Cudi with a phone call and had him flown to Hawaii to work on the album. They worked together in the studio while having movies such as Close Encounters of the Third Kind play silently in the background. Cudi ended up co-writing 4 songs off the album. Welcome to Heartbreak, Heartless,
how could you be so cold as the winter wind when it breeze, yo?
Paranoid, and RoboCop.
Tell me right now, you really wanna spend your whole life alone? Okay, you will never stop me now.
All classics. Ye said that Cudi's writing is so pure and natural that it's more important than where things chart. Now that's some real shit.
Crowd surf, you know what? When you come to the UK, you got to crowd surf, especially at the festivals.
Can we walk and do this?
Yeah, let me grab this. Yeah, let's walk with Kid Cudi right now.
No, like honestly, it's really a lot of beautiful people here.
Right.
You know what I mean? These lovely ladies over here. If you can pan.
You really like the ladies, don't you?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like honestly, like I'm in New York a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm chilling. You know what I mean? But it's really dope to see a lot of different people in different backgrounds.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go check out the fans.
Okay, let's go check out the fans. Kid Cudi wants to check out the fans.
It's cool, baby. It's alright, baby.
You're doing your thing.
Hold on, you guys are underage. Don't be kissing me.
Yo, that shit is hilarious. But now that Cudi is signed to Good Music, it was time for him to drop his next single for his debut album. Yo, I remember this song being huge, bro. Back in 9th grade when I was burning blank CDs and shit. Like it was yesterday. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, to be honest with you. It kind of just felt so like, I don't know, like commercial or like a forced radio hit, you know what I mean? It was cool, I guess. Just not the biggest fan. Regardless though, it was a pretty big hit for Cudi, and it only made the anticipation for his debut album even bigger.
Hey, I'm already home. Hey.
Kid Cudi. He's here with us. Yeah. Cudi, what's up, brother?
I feel good, man. The album dropping.
Finally.
Yeah, man.
Crush a bit, little bit, roll it up, take a hit. I got 99 problems, and they all bitches. Wish I was Jigga, man. Carefree living, soaring through paradise when I'm closing my eyes. I'll be up and away, 'cause they gon' trust me anyway. Lil' homie in the room, in the room, boy on the moon. The sky might fall, but I'm not worried at all.
Man on the Moon, The End of Day was released on September 15, 2009, to mostly positive reviews, debuting at number 4 on the Billboard and sold 104,000 copies first week. In fact, in 2020, Rolling Stones placed it at 459 on the 500 greatest albums of all time list. An article from uprocks.com said that Cudi helped bring mental health to the forefront of rap with this album. It's definitely a certified classic and one of the best debut albums of all time.
One you're not gonna talk shit about.
Hey, best album of all time.
He would also form a record label this year with Plain Pat and producer Emil Hain called Dream On, but it would eventually dissolve in just 2 years in 2011.
Hello, how are you?
I'm alright. What's up?
Seat.
Yeah. That's good.
Congratulations, by the way. You're nominated for a VMA on Sunday.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Let me take on my stunners.
Best new artist, right?
Yeah.
So they're voted for by the people. So maybe you should tell us why you should win.
Well,
tell me why you should win, and
I honestly
I'll
think,
make it happen for you. I'll slip someone a $5 or something.
Word up.
That's how much they cost officially.
I honestly think that Lady Gaga should get it. I'm a fan.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Don't be like that.
I mean, that's how I feel. I had humble pie this morning. Can't keep the negative alive, baby, on my dick. If Kid Cudi died, don't cry, hater.
Now, pretty much my shows is just a test to see like who is really familiar with my catalog and shit. Like where the real Kid Cudi fans is. Cause you know niggas be like, oh I love your songs. But it just be like day and night Maker saying shit. But like I know that there's some real fans out there that know the whole catalog and shit. And a fan is a fan, don't get me wrong, but I guess now I'm gonna accommodate the real Kid Cudi fans since day one. So y'all ready for this one? We're gonna slow it down a bit. Let me see if y'all know what this one is. Everything will be fine. Maybe if I was a jerk to girls, instead of being nice, speaking kind words.
And this new LP is an extremely ambitious and introspective 5-act set of songs.
Most fools couldn't price me silently stunned.
I'm in a whole new mind state, man. I think that this cover really shows the maturity, the whole mindset that I'm in right now. I don't really give a fuck about much. I guess it's just to show the rage, the aggressive side of Kid Cudi.
I've never done anything like this or in the realm of something like this before. I've done shows, but people knew it was a show, people knew what they were coming for. The reason why I chose Bape is because working there was a huge big deal for me.
Yeah, listen, I'm your big brother. Let's go, life does get tough. So high up, and I like it. Let's go, life does get tough. Yeah, make noise!
Thank you, I was nervous. You guys helped me, man.
I love the memories I had working here. Like, I'm a better person because of this grind, you know, so.
Man on the Moon 2 was released on November 9th, 2010, selling 169,000 copies first week, receiving some pretty positive reviews, with amazing tracks like Scott Mescudi vs. The World,
What up? How's everyone doing? You are now in the world I'm ruling.
Mr. Rager, Erase Me,
She said I don't spend time like I really should.
Mojo So Dope, and more.
Hey, my mojo so dope.
The production on these tracks are just top notch, fam. Especially the track Marijuana, psh, magical shit. In fact, if you backtrack a bit, 3 months before the release of Man on the Moon 2, there was a mixtape called Good Ass Mixtape, which had the songs Erase Me, Wildin' Cause I'm Young, and Mr. Rager on it. 2010 also has some dope features from Cudi too.
I got my fam, dog, I got my niggas, got a little money, y'all, and I ain't trippin'. Out what they gon' make up. Every time I read about, see some shit they make up. Niggas think they know the guy with the story. They don't really know what's in my head. Fuckin' with me. I will never ever let you lay this down. Get it right, man. You should go and get your own.
Good night, my dear.
All that crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories.
The Black Eyed Peas video shoot for I Got a Feeling I Met David on set, and will.i.am introduced us. You had your laptop with you, and you opened up your laptop and you played me the beat for memories.
It took you like 2 minutes. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the studio, I'll do it. You know, like, no management, no lawyers, straight music.
I just wanna let it go for the night.
His daughter was born this year too. How cute.
I feel like something is wrong here. I can sense it.
2011 was an interesting time period for Cudi because a lot of people were wondering like, what's he up to next? He was into acting.
No.
Things come and go. Money comes and goes, t-shirts come and go. Sometimes there's greater forces at work than we're aware of. You know what I mean? You just gotta roll with those fucking punches, you know? Bob and weave.
He didn't really want to do features anymore, according to what he said in this Complex interview back in 2011, where he said, "I'm not interested in being someone's look, and that's what it is nowadays, a look. It's hard for me to charge people because I do my stuff for free. I do all my stuff with Jay and Kanye on the house because it's brotherhood. Besides them, I can't really hit nobody with a fee because then that's a dispute. What I want to charge, motherfuckers might not have a budget for." Despite saying all this though, he still ended up doing a couple fire features.
Relax and I'm thinking, did I forget to mention I'm sitting on a location? Hey girl, I know I'm back. You gon' run, but see I know you'll be back. We rollin', we rollin', LA rollin',
Cudi also co-wrote a couple songs off Watch the Throne as well. This year, he also announced a new record label that his next studio album would be under, called Wicked Awesome Records. He also formed a rock band called Wizard, which went through a few different names at first, but it consisted of him and his longtime friend and producer that I showed before, Dot the Genius, where he wanted to drop his next album on his birthday on January 20th, but it ended up dropping on February 28th, 2012. Wizard, which was definitely different than anything he's put out before.
Y'all just had a listening party for your new project called Wizard. Real psychedelic, total rock, no hip hop going on there. How did y'all feel kind of breaking out of that box? And were you worried at all that your hip hop fans would not get what you guys are trying to do right now?
I just went ahead and just wanted to make some shoes for me. You know, I think about the kids very little and think about, you know, what I want to make more than anything. When we're working and creating something, we think too much about the consumer, we lose our way, and then we become machines, and that's just not how it's supposed to be, or at least for me.
One day I was at his crib and he was like, "Yo, we're gonna start this rock band." And I was like, all right, nigga, let's do it.
The album debuted at number 3, selling 66,000 copies first week, and the album also debuted on the top rock albums and top alternative albums at number 1 as well.
New York, York, to the condo in Chicago. Out in LA, I got the house in the hills. If you walked in my shoes, would you survive? It's like a dream to me. All the things that I see, girl, I need your body right here.
There's some hidden gems off this bad boy for sure. And also keep in mind that the entire album was leaked a whole week before it was released. Plus, Cudi was not happy with the release of this album, bruh.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, it was under his label, but it was also under a major label called Universal Republic. Bruh, he ripped them a new asshole with this one. Okay, so just a heads up, my weak ass label only shipped 55,000 physicals because they treated this like some indie side project tax write-off. So I apologize on behalf of my weak ass major label. And I apologize for the lack of promo. Again, my weak ass major label. They try to rush me through this so I can give them another Man on the Moon, but guess what? Fuck that. Next album is Wizard. Man on the Moon 3 on hold till 2014. Who mad? Not me and Dr. Genius. So it's def gonna be tough to find one in the stores, guys. I'm sorry about that. I gotta go out and find one too, because my weak ass label never even gave us a copy of our own album. Fail. I'm letting Universal Republic have it. Fuck it. What they gonna do? Spank me? That's actually pretty funny. And Teleport to Me, Jamie ain't on the radio. Like, hello? Hit. That shit is hilarious, bro. In fact, while working on this album, Cudi claimed that he had writer's block for almost 5 months because of his new sobriety, something that had never happened to him before for such an extended period of time. On April 2012 in Geneseo, New York, I think I pronounced that right, Cudi performed before a sold-out crowd and premiered a hip-hop song, his first since 2010. He performed the song The Leader of the Delinquents, which he did a cappella. Yes, that song.
They say, Cudi, we gonna rap again. And I'm like, I fucking feel like it. However, I'm working on something new that's really dope. I like it. Can I spit it for you guys? Yeah! Okay. Doc knows what's up. We've been working on it. He produced it, by the way. Make some noise for Dr. Genius over here. Here we go. Hello friends, Carti again. Gotta smack up on my dick before the world ends. Same old dinners, warm days. I'm at home making jams in many wonderful ways. I see many wonderful shades, picking at the shadows of the new landscape. I've been tucked with my mind, I can try and escape. Pain and loneliness, the recipe for disaster. I can't handle this shit, I'ma get plastered. I just wanna go fast, I'm a bastard. Hello friends, Carti again. Gotta smack him with some shit before the world ends.
It wouldn't officially release until 2020. No wonder the song sounds so much like older Cudi. On April 25th, he would officially be back to rapping with the release of Dennis Hook Me Up With Some More of That Whiskey, the first song that Cudi solely produced by himself.
Wake up in the memory bands, come and think about it on the many friends. Go to brunch by my damn self.
Which actually samples the beat from Ghost. It's just in reverse. He would also be featured in the Mercy video. Classic. As well as the compilation album Cruel Summer. Underrated ass songs, bro.
Yeah, you feeling on top now? Getting that money, nigga. Hey, I'm just doing my thing, if you know what I mean. Get it right.
In June of this year, Cudi would release the name of his next album, Indica, and in August he would release the lead single, the classic Just What I Am, featuring his longtime collaborator King Chip, formerly known as Chip the Ripper. The music video premiered in November and was actually Cudi's directorial debut.
They say I'm the chosen, and so it goes. I'm supposed to live and grow old and die alone. Talking to myself in the mirror, they wanna know one, wanna talk loony to loony. I forgot the words. I'm just joking, I just wanna see if y'all's paying attention. I'm gonna start over.
Indica was finally released on April 12, 2013, debuting at number 2 and sold 139,000 copies first week. The reception of the album was 50-50 for many, with some people really appreciating how amazing the production was, especially since it was all but one song produced by Cudi himself, while others, well, fuck Pitchfork. They always hating on Cudi. They some hoes for real.
Little bit of new and that throwback. Pivot City snakeskin snapback. Niggas know the uniform, keep the brim low. Spent the last month feeling bad by myself. I couldn't speak. Super solo dolo intact. Run and tell that if you'd like to know. Yes, I am on acid.
There's only one thing to do. I'm floating
Shot my ball. I got me some teddies. Left these racks. And the spirit of God.
So fly. She's so mesmerized by the stage. She's like, forget y'all. Let's go. You want to say something? You want to say something? You want to sing Day and Night? They're all responding to you. So I'm gonna sing Day and Night. I'm gonna start it off and you finish, like how we do, okay? Okay? Day and night, the lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. It's my seed, my legacy. I can't. I'm just such a happy to have.
Always have to feel like you have a purpose as a musician. It's a great responsibility, and coming up with a mission statement is really dope. I wanted to align myself with a brand and do something cool, and I was working on my music video at the time. I was like, man, I would love to design a beer bottle. That's cool. This is Man on the Moon 1. This is Man on the Moon 2. This is Man on the Moon 3. Just seeing me bang on the machine like a big kid, just getting all these sounds, just having a ball. You see, I'm having fun doing this. Man, I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't having this much fun when they're making their music. They're just not. I'm Kid Cudi, and this is my label I did for Bex. I hope you like it.
Help me take off my Balmain jeans.
What was happening was I was just on fire creatively. When you start a project, you have this notion, but you kind of put it in the back of your mind. You kind of have your idea, but I'm always just kind of like, whatever feels right. And then hopefully it all comes together. And this kind of came together really well, surprisingly. And it was just supposed to be this mini little thing that I just wanted to do for the fans. And it ended up, you know, forming a life of its own. And I'm really, really excited because it is my best work and it's a surprise and people weren't really expecting it. And I've never done 2 albums within a year of each other. So like, I just know that people are really gonna love this music, man. It's perfect and it brings people right back to the Man on the Moon theme, and it's perfect, and it sets you up for Man on the Moon 3 perfectly.
I was going to say, because you said that, yeah, this was supposed to be a kind of a setup for Man on the Moon 3, so do you still envision it as that?
Yeah, it ends that way. It starts where Indica left off perfectly, and it takes you right to Man on the Moon 3. Cool. And it ends that way. And it's kind of like with anything, whether it's like a TV show that ends with that cliffhanger, and it's like, oh, no, why did it? Like the EP, or the album now, it ends that way, where it's like you get that one song, and it's like, oh, all right. Yeah, this is it, and then before you know it, the song is over, and then the album's over, and then it's like, okay, but there's a to be continued. There's more to this story. Right. There's more to the whole essence of this character. So I kind of went director, you know, on this project.
This is your Kill Bill 1 and 2.
More so than any other thing. Yeah, I had the idea for the first and second album, the whole 5-act split, which will be Man on the Moon 3 too. I will go back to that whole breakdown, and this kind of comes back to that tradition, you know, with the acts and everything being seamlessly, you know, in order.
So what's the timing? When are we going to see each of these?
This album will be out next month.
Take it to the
Satellite Flight: The Journey to Mother Moon was released on February 25th, 2014, debuting at number 4 and sold 87,000 copies first week. And personally, I don't know why this album isn't talked about enough. It's a pretty underrated project. I remember like it was yesterday when this shit dropped, being in Planet Fitness, bumping this shit off my iPhone 5, running on the treadmill, bumping Too Bad I Have to Destroy You Now.
When I walk in the room, they can't look in my eyes.
And riding around in my new car, blasting Satellite Flight.
Take it to the satellite tonight. Take flight to the moon.
Yeah, I don't know, for some reason this will always be one of my favorite projects from him. Go give this one a listen if you haven't already.
Hope you can feel that vibe, the vibes of the night. Drinking again, bottles up a minute to win.
Here's some exciting news, guys, because Kid Cudi is joining an incredible show. He is taking over from our very own Reggie Watts on IFC's comedy Bang Bang.
Let's continue to say hello to our good friend, Kid Cudi.
Nice. Thanks, man. You know, Scott, the most embarrassing thing happened to me the other day. Get this, I was at the gym and this lady mistook me for a trainer. She said it was because I was so in shape. So awkward.
Oh man, that is the worst. You know, something similar happened to me the other day. I was at the park and I was sketching. You know how I like to do my little doodles. This art critic comes up to me and he's like, "Are you a professional artist?" Oh, I had to tell him I wasn't. It was so embarrassing.
Well, I wasn't even gonna mention this, but last week I ran into a group of teenagers and they asked me, "Are you Kid Cudi?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm him." And they're like, "Oh my God, we love you, everything you do." So humiliating.
All right, Cudi, we'll check back with you later. Well, it's time to get to our first guest. It seems to me like every place changes every 10 years or so.
Like people.
And it also, yeah,
Can't
it seems
help
like
it,
people
yeah.
change every 10 years or so too. They look about like 10 years older.
Well, not exactly. Look at Pharrell.
That's true. Yeah, he's the one exception.
Well, Pharrell is a vampire, and we know this. This is actual fact.
How do you know that? How is that fact?
Oh, I'm not trying to put this shit out there, but I seen you, fam. I seen you do that shit. You know I know. You know what I know.
You know what? Maybe we should catch up after the show about this.
We should. We should.
I really should get back to the
sorry.
interview. All right, well, let's talk after the show.
Okay.
Don't be so down, come on, homie. You'll be okay, you'll find room. Let's go, is the hero, let's go. Now's the time to show what you're made of. Don't be so down, come on, homie. You'll be okay, you'll find room. Let's go, is the hero, slowly. Now's the time to show what you're made of.
Man, the song Love that Cudi released this year is such a gem, and if you read the comments you can truly see why. The impact this song and this man alone has had on people is remarkable. This song truly made me tear, and anyone hearing this song can't tell me they don't get emotional when hearing it. It's a simple chorus, but it truly hits the bone and it makes you just want to keep fighting for whatever it is. This song needs to be on streaming services, man. It's currently only on like SoundCloud or YouTube. The world needs to hear this.
90 minutes of this. If I talk about this thing anymore, the migraine, I'm feeling a 0 on this record. A big, fat goose egg.
Tell the world this is what I call living as I ride through the mess. We're running up in the night, going up from here, out from left. No.
It's all toilet sounds. What that person on your tape has is a medical disorder.
After Speeding Bullet to Heaven, I was like, man, I don't know when I'm gonna do another album, man. People shit on that album so much. It's like, man, I don't know when. Like,
yeah, the general perception of this album isn't very positive, fam. There are some hardcore Cudi fans that praise it and truly love it for what it is. Even Andre 3000 said this album is the best thing to come out in a long time.
What?
I don't know what rock he's sleeping under, but objectively, I think it's pretty bad, with the exception of maybe 2 to 3 tracks for the kind of mood it puts you in, but I try to pretend this album never came out. It was released on December 5th, 2015, and it didn't really do too well commercially, debuting at number 36 and sold only 19,000 copies first week. I truly do respect Cudi though for doing whatever the fuck he wants though, you know what I mean? He's right when it says it's rare when mainstream artists are brave creatively, and he don't care for the sales like that. So me personally, I may not like the album, but the fact that he even made this shit is telling to his character, you know? He just wanted to express how he felt at the time. He just wanted to just be angry and scream and just release his emotions, and that, honestly, you gotta respect that. I feel liberated. Yo, what a classic moment, fam. That song is such an anthem, it's not even funny.
It was one of those things where he just knew it was gonna sound good. It came out dope, but I didn't know if he was gonna keep it. It has that sense of freedom, you know, blessings. It's just an anthem. I immediately knew that was gonna resonate with the fans, and that was gonna be like a favorite.
But you know who the greatest of all of us? Who do y'all think? Nope. Kid motherfucking Cudi. Radio, fuck you. Oh yeah, I'm on my Trump shit tonight. Radio, fuck you. I see I'm stepping to my own way. I'm a crush of shit like a always. Show you love and show it back in okay. Like the girl that she don't go. Ways up the rodeo and duck the ball like
Yo, right now I'm fucking fanning out. I'm fucking fanning out. This is like my favorite artist of all time. I don't know how many motherfuckers out here feel the same, but I grew up on this motherfucker right here. So make some motherfucking noise for J.
Sleep today, then we play all through the late night. Sleep today, then we play all through the late night. All through the late night. Sleep today, then we play all through the late night. Day and night, yeah. I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind. I see the peace, sometimes I can't restrain. Everybody drop that bell. You wanna ring and everybody pray. Everybody balance, find your balance. That's my talent. Speak of the city on this habit. Bring you all about this.
Bro, I wish I was in that crowd, bro. Cudi at this point was gearing up for his next album, Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. Still delaying Man on the Moon 3 at this point, but this year didn't come with some demons of his own. He was battling with a lot at this point, and he made a pretty long post on his Facebook, and well, I'll just let this clip play.
Rapper Kid Cudi posted something very, very courageous on his Facebook page recently. He writes, it's been difficult for me to find the words to what I'm about to share with you because I feel ashamed. Ashamed to be a leader and hero to so many while admitting I've been living a lie. It took me a while to get to this place of commitment, but it is something I have to do for myself, my family, my friends, my best friend, daughter, and all of you, my fans. Yesterday, I checked myself into rehab for depression and suicidal urges. I'm not at peace. I haven't been since you've known me. If I didn't come here, I would have done something to myself. I simply am a damaged human swimming in a pool of emotions every day of my life. There's a raging, violent storm inside my heart at all times. I don't know what peace feels like. I don't know how to relax. My anxiety and depression have ruled my life for as long as I can remember, and I never leave the house because of it. I can't make new friends because of it. I don't trust anyone because of it, and I'm tired of being held back in my life. I deserve to have peace. I deserve to be happy and smiling. Why not me? I guess I give so much of myself to others, I forget that I need to show myself some love too. I think I never really knew how. I'm scared, I'm sad, I feel like I let a lot of people down, and again, I'm sorry. It's time I fix me. I'm nervous, but I'm gonna get through this. I won't be around to promote much, but the good folks at Republic and my manager Dennis will inform you about the upcoming release, the music videos, album release date, etc. The album is still on the way. Promise, I wanted to square away all the business before I got here so I could focus on my recovery.
Man, that's deep as fuck. Extremely powerful and truthful words by Cudi. He's such a real one for allowing himself to be vulnerable and wanting to make a change, not just for the people around him, but for himself. You gotta be nothing but proud of him for that. It isn't easy to admit these things. With all that being said, like they say, the show must go on.
We were in the studio on my birthday and we were just making shit, and I made Swim in the Light, then I made Frequency, and I was like, yo, I'm doing an album. You know, it just it naturally happened.
And the album Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying was released on December 16th, 2016, debuting at number 11 and sold 49,000 copies first week. A big progression from his previous body of work. It was split up into 4 different acts, same as his other projects, and personally, I felt as if it was the most focused we've seen Cudi since Man on the Moon 2. Yeah, it isn't perfect, but it finally felt like the Cudi we fell in love with when we first heard him, with some amazing tracks like Frequency, Swim in the Light, By Design, Kitchen. There's some bangers on here for real.
Tune on into the frequency, but it'll never go.
I see everything with new beams, I do dream. My eyes are glowing, mood rings, you're boring.
Kid Cudi! You wanna find somebody and trust and lay low, but it seems they all on the same mission.
Before I get into this next shit, talk to you for a brief minute. So, I've been like chilling, kind of laying low. I haven't been on social media or anything like that. I've been with my family, my friends, you know, hanging with my daughter. That's been fun, you know. Focus on the things that matter, you know, just getting back to life and being fucking happy. I'm really, really happy. So look, I was really looking forward to this tour. I was really excited to get in front of you and get in front of all these beautiful faces and be here with this energy and this love. This shit has been overwhelming since I stepped on the stage. You've been there with me this whole time, and I love you for that. Thank you so much. And I don't want to get too emotional up here because I'll get there. I'll fucking take it there and I'll start weeping. It's no good for anybody. But you know, I just never get a chance to, you know, I haven't really had a chance to connect with you guys, so I really want to take this moment to do that and just let you know that I'm here, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm alive. I mean, this is better than a tweet. This is from me to you. This is a direct message, you know? So, yeah, it feels good. Now I got that off my chest. I feel good, man. So look, we're all survivors in here tonight. Believe that about yourself. We can't get through it. We can't get through it. I'm living proof. I'm standing here today. Last year around this time, I was going through hell, man. Like, for real, it was really hard for me. And one thing that kept me going, the main thing that kept me going, is that I had your love and support waiting for me on the outside the whole fucking time. So, I know I'm getting all sensitive up here, but I really, really love you for that too. So, I'm gonna get back into this shit. But you'll be alright. We'll be good. We're on our own. Pursue the happiness.
Like, you can't tell me this beat doesn't go with this artwork right now. Come on, bro.
Ain't no stress on me, boy. I'm moving forward. The lost boy caught up in the darkest I had. Was the lost boy losing everything that I had. She been on me, boy, like she got something to tell. Sitting waiting for me, slipping, yeah.
Kid See Ghost was released on June 8th, 2018 to massive praise and was on all kinds of different top 10s, top 25s, or best album lists, you name it. It debuted at number 2 and sold 142,000 copies first week. It was actually supposed to be called Everybody Wins, but Ye went on Twitter and announced the name of it. The project only has 7 songs, but that's fine because it makes for an amazing experience. Not too long, but all fire. There was actually supposed to be an animated series from this, but I don't know what happened with that shit. But yeah, Feel the Love goes stupid, bruh. Oh yeah, and Tyler being in the crowd for the song Free is just super dope to see, bruh. In July of 2019, Cudi announced the name of his next album will be titled Intergalactic, which he revealed would soundtrack an upcoming Netflix adult animated music series made by him and Kenya Barris, the same dude who made Blackish, but that never came out, at least not yet.
We see the hype outside, right from the house.
Believe it or not, The Scots that released in April of 2020 was Kid Cudi's first #1 hit ever, bruh. It's kinda crazy to think about. The song is definitely a banger, plus having it premiere within Fortnite was a genius move.
The cops outside, lock up the house, we get the team on high, some gold in their mouth.
Hi, it's Veda. I'm here to say that my daddy's new single, The Adventures of Moon Man and Slim Shady, is coming on Friday. Check it out. Bye.
But I'm back in it. Y'all ain't dealing with the same ball. The night game, the girl called. She's my hero when he in flight.
Whoa, hold up, Carti. We here for the what? We here for the what? Bro, I forgot how unique his sound and his flow is, bro. It's like he do it so effortlessly. Bro, I just fucked that word up. But look, he do it with ease.
Cudi was also in the coming-of-age TV drama We Are Who We Are, where he plays a lieutenant colonel in the US Army. Cudi does a lot of acting shit, bruh. This is just some of it.
Richard is a devoted soldier. He's been doing it for some years now. That's his life.
Okay, quiet down now. Look at me. I'm the cowboy that's gonna ride this beautiful horse.
He kind of treats her like the son he never had. They hit certain moments of turmoil, and there's a lot of ups and downs with the relationship throughout the series. That is one of the special things about this show. It's all real life.
Cudi also tweeted this year, Wizard ain't over either. We take a decade off between albums. Haha, I thought that was pretty funny. Who knows, maybe we'll get another Wizard album one day. Funny enough, I remember getting this Blu-ray of the movie Jexy last year. Don't ask why, I think it was like $5, leave me alone. But yeah, I was watching it, and this motherfucker Kid Cudi is in it. I'm like, yo, turn me up, Scott. He's like turning up with the main characters and shit, just being himself. It was a dope scene.
Yeah, they were me.
Oh. Yeah, it's Kid Cudi.
I smoke pot.
Now when the sun come up, I'll be there to say what up in the morning. Brush my teeth, find that clip.
Naked and run it back, I'll play back. Haters crumble, I'm making
And that's the thing. I had to like make sure that what I was doing was what I was doing. You know, if I was really making a Man on the Moon 3, if that's where I was going with it. And could it be done? Did I feel in my heart of hearts that like I could do better than the first two?
This war in me, can't stop this war in me and me. We off, we slide, we ain't scared to die.
Hit me up, give no fucks, getting busy out the cut. Nigga, what?
I told myself I cannot go without loving me, loving me.
Nigga, hop off of the leash, here we go, drop the bomb. Ain't no thing in this world that can keep me from peace but me.
You be thinking about me while you're laying in your bed. This is my life, so I gotta think ahead. Yeah, I take it, they don't know about it. Yeah, I take it, I don't need nobody.
Man on the Moon 3 was finally released on December 11th, 2020, debuting at number 2 and sold 144,000 copies first week. And this is my personal favorite Kid Cudi album to date, bruh. I love everything about this project from top to bottom. It sounds so focused, the production is insane, the vocals are on point, and the content of what he's saying is truly amazing. He's so mature with his lyrics now. The song Lovin' Me brings me to tears sometimes, man. Like when I really sit down and listen to that shit, such an amazing track. It's almost a 10 out of 10 project for me. That's how much I love it. Fun fact actually, did you guys know that the song The Scots and an unreleased track called So Much More were originally gonna be on Man on the Moon 3? It was confirmed by a draft track list that was previewed on the OG store. Look at this photo and look at the names of the songs. This was on his merch from his website. Man, Playboy Carti and Young Nudie have a song together called Kid Cudi, Pussy Pamper, whatever, that leaked and is a fan favorite for many. It never officially dropped, but we ended up getting this snippet from Carti himself with Cudi on the remix of it, it seems like. Bro, we need that shit to drop, fam. Cudi was also featured on Carti's Whole Lotta Red, one of only 3 features on the whole album.
When you feel like this, can't nobody tell you shit.
In fact, there's actually a pretty dope article where Cudi actually interviews Carti. It's a pretty dope read. I recommend you guys checking it out. Cudi talks about how he made Man on the Moon 3 with the intent of performing it on stage. He wants that reaction. And a couple other cool topics they touch on.
Yeah, baby, see, I'm back in my zone. Just what I need, mama.
Cudi said, I told him I wanted to show love to Kurt with a floral print dress, and this man made a masterpiece.
As the story goes, hey, as the story goes.
It looked very similar to this sweater, worn by Cobain in his famous performance on MTV's Unplugged.
Look, you could believe what you want to believe. I don't know what to believe. Was that dress paying homage to Kurt? Who knows? Does it bother me that he wore the dress? Not really. It surprises me for sure though. There's a lot of people on the fence about it, saying that the industry got to him and he sold out, part of an agenda, etc. I don't know, man.
And you know what's crazy? Ain't no rapper saying nothing. Am I the only one seeing it?
got on skirts, fingernail paintings, all type. Ain't no rapper said nothing. Everybody just sitting back like what? Am I the only one seeing this? I used to bump Kid Cudi day and night, wearing a dress and some eyeshadow and fingernail painting. What the fuck? What? Y'all just gonna let this happen like it ain't nothing happening? I guess I'll be the only one that's seeing this. I just saw this Kid Cudi with a skirt on. I don't give a I'm from the hood, nigga. I'm from the trenches. This nigga had on a dress.
At the end of the day, it's up to you to allow it to bother you or not, really. To be honest.
Saying I'm the one she lied. She checking for me, now baby, come in my dreams. But that's, I did it stack up anymore?
That's all. That's 5 of them, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm playing from the top, from this.
Never sure. Tito's in the live ride. Fuck the world up on my live ride. Saying them niggas is lame, she wanna come fuck with the movement. Know the devil telling lies. He's there when I sleep. Hey, I've been praying. Life can be draining.
What really pissed me off though is Cudi getting taken off of remote control, bruh. Like what? His part sounds so beautiful, man. Why would you do that, Ye? Why? At least he ain't take him off Moon, but still, bruh.
Taking this all to lose the baddest disco.
We'll buy all of your flutes. They only cost like $80.
It's really not that expensive.
How am I doing? How am I feeling? I feel great. I feel great. I feel so good. This is the reason I did the live, because I have some stuff to play you guys I'm really excited about. So, this is gonna be great. See somebody excited about Intergalactic? Yes, that shit is gonna be the shit. In the hook. This stuff is like it's stuff beyond Intergalactic. Like none of this is 2023 years from now. So you're getting a sneak peek at some shit pretty early. Yum yum. And now up at bat, Scott Mascucciani.
Yo, I don't know about you, but this shit sounds fire. I can't wait for this new shit. What I really can't wait for though is my damn Man on the Moon 3 vinyl that I bought in January of this year, but that's another story. Another thing that I truly love about Cudi is how active he is on Twitter, bro. Always engaging with his fans and saying whatever he wants to say. Look at what he tells DJ Scheme about Ski Mask though. And after Yachty said he wanted to do a track with him, look what he says. Super dope. And he posted this tweet too that got a ton of likes from fans alike, saying that after 37 years he can finally say that he loves his life. You fucking love to see it.
Kid Cudi, man. Kid Cudi's like really like one of the main dudes I kind of like looked at and listened to all the time. He saved my life. He saved me from doing like random bad things to myself, kept me like focused.
To me, like Cudi is, he's a GOAT, bro. Yeah. Like his melodies and his concepts, he's a timeless alien.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Kid Cudi, I love you, Scott. You taught me a lot of things, and one of them is when you're not on stage or you're not on an interview or you're not on some shit, you're just Scott. And that's why everywhere I go, I introduce myself as Bobby, unless I'm Logic, unless I'm on the stage or I'm on, in an interview or whatever the case may be. He took me on a tour with him. He's the first person to co-sign me in the industry. I love this dude fucking forever, and I've had this thing framed, and it will always be framed.
Man, Kid Cudi, I mean, what else can I say? One of the most influential, inspiring, genre-bending artists we've ever had in hip-hop. I don't even consider Cudi a rapper, man. He's just an overall amazing human being. Extremely humble, down to earth, and just like all of us. He's one of the most creative artists we've ever seen. Making this documentary made me appreciate this man more than ever. I look forward to whatever this man creates and will support it through thick and thin. On the behalf of all of us, I think we can all agree that this man has saved thousands of lives through his music and just him being himself. Don't ever change, Cudi. We all love you.
My first big fan was my mom. And it was really interesting. I remember leaving home and she's giving me a hug at the airport. And she leans in and she goes, "Now I can always turn back around and we can go right back home. You can change your mind and everything will be fine." I'm like, "No, I'm going, this is happening." And you know, walking to security and then looking back and just seeing her like, oh. And me just being like, oh. However, as soon as I turned back around, I knew I was on a mission, on a very specific quest, you know? It was bigger than just wanting to be a musician or do movies. It was about finally showing the world what Scott could do. Being in school was all about being cool and wearing fresh clothing and being popular. And when you go out into the real world, you realize that that moment is just a little beep of your life, high school. At that moment in your time in life, you feel like that's all that matters. High school, it's like, oh, this girl doesn't like me, this guy here, and it's all this drama, and you go into the real world and you know it's about just trying to make your mark in the world. I had this fire to pursue this musical career. I can't say I was one of those people that was into like having thrills and you know getting some type of stimulation from that, but it was nothing like saying like, yo, I'm gonna go out and pursue something and I know I'm gonna do it, and nobody's gonna tell me I can't. And everybody that doesn't believe it, I'm gonna prove it to them sooner or later, and that's just what it is. Because at one point I didn't feel like I was smart enough to pass that test, or I didn't feel like I was smart enough to go to this college. But with music, it was like, nobody's gonna take that from me. First thing I did when I went to New York, and most people think it was kind of like this amazing adventure, it wasn't. It was pretty much finding a job. And for the first couple years, I was working everywhere. You know, whether it was like at this clothing store here, or Abercrombie & Fitch, or American Apparel, or Dean & DeLuca, I always had a job. I was a hustler. I still apply that same work ethic with the music. You know what I mean? Like, I'm almost in a way where I don't know how to relax because my whole life has been just a grind. I really just told myself from jump, like, hey man, I'm gonna do this, and I applied the information that I needed to execute that, and in places and at times in my life where I didn't have the answers, I made sure to get the information or surround myself with people that had the information. You know what I mean? You can't hang out with people that ain't doing nothing. How you gonna get money hanging around people that ain't got no money? Really, you know, people, like I say, come up to me all the time and they're like, man, but you did it, man, you're special, you're different, and I'm not any different. From you, we're all the same. I came from this town, I went to this school. All my buddies, we all had the same opportunities, you know? There were a lot of haters, there were a lot of doubters, there were a lot of people that were telling me, man, you ain't gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. He'll be back. I remember telling all my buddies, I'm moving to New York, all right, you'll be back. Nah, I'm not coming back. And if I do come back, it's for a concert, you know? And everybody be like, all right, whatever. When I came back, it was for a concert. Life will throw you a ton of curveballs, it's scary. But like, if you believe, man, you know? If you believe, and if you want it, and if you want to work hard enough for it, it can be so. Because there's no difference from me and you. I just really wanted this shit. I wanted it bad. You know, and I didn't want to be a failure. And nobody's a failure in this room. Don't ever think that. We can all win. And that's it.